Hey guys, what's up? Michael from Copy V Glass here. Just a quick first look at the new iOS 6. I've got a beta version here that I put onto my phone using the, if you have a look around the web you can see kind of ways to do that. I don't have a developer's account myself, but I managed to kind of get it on here. I'm just going to go through some of the main new features basically of iOS 6. Now I've got an iPhone 4, I don't have a 4S, so obviously a lot of the features unfortunately do not work, but I'll just go through a couple that do. I'll just kind of go left to right, seeing what's new basically. First things first, calendar app is exactly the same. The one thing that I do want to mention there is the status bar. If you just have a look there at the status bar, the top of the camera app is kind of a blue colour. And now the status bar kind of follows along with that. And it does that in quite a lot of apps. I mean, the stock iPhone apps, it'll pretty much do the same sort of blue as you just saw there, basically. So again, if I kind of go into the camera app, again, status bar on the top is that same sort of blue, basically. Now, camera again working exactly the same. The only difference here is the bar on the bottom is now black and grey. So again, kind of a real nice kind of aesthetic there. I prefer it to the kind of the grey that was on there before. I personally thought that was maybe a little bit dull. But yeah, I mean, again, camera app itself, apart from that, exactly the same. Let's just have a look here. We'll go here. I've just got an email. Okay, next up, another big change would be the Maps application. Now the Maps app on my phone, obviously a lot of the features don't work because it's an iPhone 4. You've still got obviously the standard search bar at the top. Obviously you've got the locate yourself button down the corner there here. And also you've got the flip up there to drop pin, obviously change the type of map. You can obviously have the standard map, hybrid map or satellite map. Again, the maps themselves are very good. Again though, you know, it's just another thing that Apple are kind of doing themselves. Obviously, these maps are done by TomTom. So if they've used one of the TomTom kind of standalone sat-navs, you'll feel right at home and it's pretty much no different, basically, and the graphics are exactly the same. Obviously, the iTunes Store and the App Store kind of cover those both at the same time, basically. The iTunes Store, again, has had a revamp. Again, to fall more in line with what we get on PC basically and Mac, etc. So more the kind of desktop version. So again, the color scheme, kind of using the blacks, the greys, the whites, also that it does use on there at the moment. You can see it's also learning a little bit, so I do have pretty much full 3G, but it's just because maybe it's the beta version. It's kind of maybe a little bit buggy. But again, here you can see here it's got new albums, etc. So you can kind of just scroll along the top here. Kind of go to the new albums. Obviously they've got the different kind of sections, kind of what's hot, what's new, top playing, and obviously top downloads, etc., top songs. So again, function wise is exactly the same as how it normally works. Like I said, the only difference here is the actual layout of the app itself. Again, the App Store, this one has got another overhaul which I personally prefer a lot. It's a lot more easy to see kind of the app that you're looking at, the app that you're going to be getting, etc. Again, it sticks to the kind of scrolling through the different categories along here, sliding across to the different apps, and then obviously you just click on an app. It does basically exactly the same thing. Go over that in a minute. Just mentioning Facebook in the App Store. I know, I'll go over that in 1 second. And again, a good thing here, it has the pictures before the description. A little thing, I know, but in the original App Store you had to kind of go through the description of what the app was before then get into kind of the pictures to actually see what you're going to be kind of purchasing, basically. So again, really nice on there as well. The next thing we're going to have a look at then would be the Safari browser. Again, not really too much different when you've got a landscape mode. Obviously the status bar, stay on black, doesn't change, just kind of get the web experience in that one place, basically. Everything else is pretty much staying the same. The share button though is now different. The share button now looks pretty much the same for all apps. So you can share obviously by mail, add to home screen, Twitter, Facebook, add to the reading list for offline reading as well. So again, that's really handy. If you go to landscape mode, then you'll see there it's just gone full screen, which is great. I mean, the full screen version of Safari is a lot better because the iPhone screen is getting a little bit small. But again, browsing is exactly the same. I've got the button down here to bring up the status bar on the bottom to kind of do bookmarks, etc. You've still got the back button and the forward button. They are still kind of down here, kind of desaturated down in the corner there. But no, like I say, it's perfectly fine. The full screen viewing is great. Again, kind of mimicking what you get maybe on a MacBook, obviously with full screen apps basically. Now again, another change that we've got here is the music app. Now if you have a look here, again, a lot more like iTunes. So basically sticking to the greys, the blacks, kind of the darker, kind of more neutral colours basically, and the whites, etc. And again, like little differences basically with actually looking at the albums themselves. So it does have kind of like a grade effect that does kind of whiten out towards the bottom when you get to see the main hotkeys down the bottom there. But again, the app itself kind of works exactly the same. If I just put this song on real quick, just pause that so it doesn't actually play. And again, you see here, you know, a lot more of kind of a cleaner interface, I'd say. Maybe not more functional, because the function is exactly the same. It's just more of a cleaner interface, basically. And obviously, again, this the volume key down the bottom to go up and down, that a lot more mimics the iTunes desktop version as well, basically. So again, music app not too different, just mainly the color scheme that's different, but the actual app functions exactly the same. Next up basically is the Passbook app. Now I've kind of mentioned obviously the fact it is in beta and things, but this one here is not functional at the moment. It might be because I'm in the UK, but kind of things like, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but on the green icon there where it says store card, it's got $25. Obviously we're in the UK, so it should be pounds, and just little things like that. So I mean, it doesn't work at the moment, but again, just another app that Apple are adding in. So for instance, if you've got kind of like your Starbucks cards or Nando's if you're in the UK, and obviously kind of like Costas and things, don't have to carry all the cards in your wallet and things, just have them all on there basically. So again, a real nice kind of ease of that feature there, and obviously not having to carry around as much. So again, keeping it all on the phone, which again Apple are trying to do. Now, they're pretty much all the main features that I've come across. Obviously there's 200 or so that have been kind of announced, but I would say they're the main features as well. Just one more that I just remembered as well. If you go into the phone app, the keypad's different. Again, doesn't change the function. Still looks like a keypad, but it's just in a different colour now. Again, kind of more neutral colours, and just a lot cleaner basically. Now, settings-wise, the settings have changed. I mean, what they do haven't changed, but the layout. Obviously, you've got a dedicated Bluetooth on/off button just straight in the settings there. Got a Do Not Disturb feature, which you can basically set a certain time for your phone to be on during the day. So if you go to sleep at 9 o'clock at night, you don't wake up until 8 o'clock, then the phone will not give you any notifications or anything like that for that time period, basically. So again, if you do want to get some peace and quiet, you don't really want to be disturbed, that's what that's there for. Notifications works exactly the same. General settings, again, all exactly the same with the general settings as well, no difference in there. Brightness and wallpaper, that now comes under one category, again to maybe just save some space. Some new privacy options. So if for instance I had a app on here, for instance like Camera Plus, which uses the photos within the actual iPhone, has to kind of like bring them down onto the app, etc. Then in the photo section is where you would kind of verify that whether you want it to do that or not, basically. Again, so you've got that for photos, reminders, calendars, and contacts. So any app that uses that, it will ask for permission. So for instance, if we're going to contacts, Facebook obviously wants to use my contacts or sync contacts from Facebook to my phone, basically. Now I've got all the numbers on there anyway, so that's why that's off. But like I said, so a brief example of kind of the new settings on there. And again, similarly, you do have, in with the Twitter integration, which has always been there, you've now obviously got the Facebook integration as well. And again, works exactly the same as the Twitter integration. So if I bring down the notifications bar, I see down the bottom here, it does have now tweet to post and tap to post and tap to tweet. So again, works exactly the same. If you just click on tap to post, it'll bring up kind of like a Facebook style widget, kind of there, keyboard on the bottom, exactly the same with the locations, etc. And again, if we just go into the photos applications as well, again, use the share button, the new share menu comes up, which I just mentioned earlier. And again, clicking on Facebook brings up and kind of like a pinboard effect where the photo is pinned on there. Add what you need to do, write what you need to do, friends and location, etc. So again, nice integration there. So I mean, To be honest, there's not a whole lot different. I mean, it's a very nice upgrade from iOS 5, but maybe kind of the main maybe iOS 6 features and things maybe with the next iPhone being released are kind of maybe going to shine then, and a couple of things that maybe they didn't want to change in this that they're going to change in the new one basically. But I mean, like I say, it's perfectly fine. I mean, I probably will revert back to 5.1 just for the fact that obviously the functionality, some apps don't work, and I'm not sure if you can see like the photos when I installed it. It did delete some photos off of the phone. Luckily I backed up, but yeah, it did delete some photos off of the phone. It's just giving me black squares when you try and click on it. It flashes up for a second and then disappears basically. But no, I mean, apart from that, the actual phone itself functions fine. But like I say, it's a little bit buggy still because it is in beta. But like I said, it's your first look at iOS 6. I'm Michael from Copy of Glass, and thanks very much.